I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. Welcome to your San Francisco 49ers postgame recap on Niners Radio. Well, the Niners fell just a buck short Sunday down at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The Niners fall to the Cardinals 17-10 as the 49ers played much better football and really, but unfortunately, the offense just could not seize the opportunity. And when you have three turnovers, you have one big turnover and plus multiple turnovers on downs, and just a 1 for 5 on fourth downs, you're just not going to win that many ball games. The Niners looked like they were going to tie the game, but then on Trey Lance on that quarterback keeper, but then the Cardinals was stopped. Isaiah Simmons stopped them at the goal line, fell just a buck short. And, the Niners, but if you look at the bright spots in the contest, Trey Lance played very well in the contest on Sunday. He ended up in the contest, as we look at towards the stats, 19 first downs for the 49ers. The Niners were 3 out of 11 on third downs. Cardinals 3 for 10. Niners were 1 for 5 on fourth downs. None for the Cardinals. They did not attempt. The Niners, for the second week in a row, they outgained the Cardinals 338 total net yards to the Cardinals 304. Second week in a row, the Niners have outgained their opponents in total yards of offense, but it wasn't enough because the opposition ended up winning the game against San Francisco. Passing yards, 186 for the Niners, 210 for the Cardinals, 152 rushing yards. The Niners defense held the Cardinals to just 94 rushing yards. Total plays, Niners 59, Cardinals 60, and that one play was the difference. The Cardinals made one more play than the 49ers, and then completion attempts, 15 out of 29 for the 49ers to the Cardinals, 22 out of 31. Rush plays, Niners rushed it 28 times to the Cardinals 7. That one turnover was the difference of the game for the 49ers, and the Cardinals end up getting that touchdown scored off points. The Niners were penalized 7 times for 60 yards to the Cardinals 6 times for 62. Time of possession, Niners 31 minutes, 54 seconds to the Cardinals 28 minutes and 6 seconds. For the final numbers, for Trey Lance, he was 15 out of 29, 192 yards, a touchdown yards. He had 16 carries for 89 yards. So all in all, he ended up getting to a total of 19. That was 191 or 201 yards total of net yards. And Deebo Samuel, 3 catches for 58 yards. He also had one carry on a 13-yard jet sweeper for a touchdown. And then Elijah Mitchell, 9 carries for 43 yards, 4.8 yards on the ground. Kyle Juszczyk, he had 3 carries for 31 yards. And then Ross Detweiler, 2 catches for 25 yards. Nick Bosa had two sacks for the Niners on Sunday. And then for Kyler Murray, 22 out of 31, 239 yards, a touchdown. And then Joe Corner, 10 carries for 29 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 6 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown. So the Niners, with the loss, now have dropped their record to 2-3. And during this 3-game losing streak, the Niners end up losing by a total of 16 points. So the Niners were in it. It was not like they got beat. They were right there to the end, and they just once again fall just a buck short. The Niners dropped to 2-3. They sit alone dead last in the NFC West. They now trail the Cardinals, who now improved to 5-0, 3 games behind the Cardinals. By the way, the Cardinals are off to their best start, their best start since 1974, when they originally resided as the St. Louis Cardinals, coached by then the legendary coach, the late Don Eric Coryell, who later coached the San Diego Chargers. Those Cardinal teams of the mid-'70s, when they had Jim Hart, guys like Jim Hart, Mel Gray, and Terry Metcalf with those clubs back in 1974. the Niners will drop to 2-3. So the Niners will have a bye week. Next week, the Niners are off. They'll have their bye week. Hopefully they can get people back healthy. The question is going to be, do you keep going with Trey Lance? Will Jimmy when they get back from their bye week, or they go back with Jimmy? And that's a lot's going to be discussed in the next couple of weeks. Niners will have their bye week. They're back in action 2 weeks from tonight. They will take on the Indianapolis Colts in the interconference game. They'll be their interconference game, first interconference matchup of 2021. They take on the Colts at Levi Stadium at the Mecca. That's a 5:20 p.m. kickoff time. The game will be on NBC Sports, locally NBC, KNTV 11 Bay Area, which is preceded by Football Night in America at 4 o'clock Pacific on NBC. So a reminder, also watch the 49ers pregame live when hosted by Laura Britt with former 49ers Joe Staley, Takeo Spikes, and the Hitman Dante Whitner coming up on the next pregame live at Levi Stadium coming up on. That will be on the 17th. That will be on the 24th. That will be 2 weeks from tonight. That will be, or 2 weeks from today, 4 o'clock on NBC Sports Bay Area for 49ers pregame live. And also for Niner fans, coming up when the Niners play the Indianapolis Colts that will be on October the 24th for the Sunday night game. They will be giving out 75th anniversary rally towels as the 49ers take on the Indianapolis Colts by former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback and current quarterback Carson Wentz and the Colts. The 75th anniversary rally towels will be given out. You can call the 49ers at 415-GO-49ers. That's 415-GO-49ers, or go to the Niners ticket, order the tickets at ticketmaster.com/49ers. For the latest news on 49ers news and so much more, go to 49ers.com. Once again, the final score on Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale in the desert. Niners fall to the Arizona Cardinals, 17-10. Niners fall to 2-3. They're in the basement in the NFC West. And we just hope that there's some good things that come out of this game. The Niners, even though we're not even at the first quarter mark of the season and not even close to the halfway mark, the Niners could get people healthy, and hopefully they can make a run of it in the second half of the season. For now, I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. Thank you for watching Niners Radio Postgame Recap. Niners Radio is an association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, celebrating 75 years of 49ers football. 49ers football, faithful to the Bay.